Alright, this is my new Defender arcade game. And I'm going to show you this before I get into the record albums. So let's play Defender while listening to Adamant, since both kind of got popular in the 80s. And I'm not very good at this. Let's see if I can catch this guy. Oh, he died. You're supposed to catch those little guys instead of doing that. Wow, this game gets heavy quick. Alright, let's face them. Oh, that was horrible. I should use my smart bomb. There we go. Wow. After that pathetic display of playing Defender, I still got my name on the board. Anyway, this is my new Defender machine, and let's get to the record albums. Okay, let's get into the rock and roll records. Alright, we're going to start it out with Memory Lane, and I just got this flyer in the mail. It's a repressing of an original flyer, but I think the repressing is better. And it's a Husker Du, No Means No. Plus the Rats, May 13th, 1985 at the Pine Street Theater in fabulous Portland, Oregon for $8. And it also advertises Hub Ballroom, University of Washington, also $8, in Seattle. There you go. This was the very first time I ever saw No Means No or Husker Du. And I have a little bit of proof behind this. Anyway, it's not the original flyer. The original flyer, I had it on my bedroom wall back in 85, 86, and it's long gone now. So I'm glad that somebody took the time to make this, because this one's even better than the one I had. Oh, and the Husker Du t-shirt that I bought at the show is also long gone. I wish I would have saved it. Who knew? Anyway, these are pictures from that show. There's Greg Norton on bass, and there's Bob Mould and the drummer. And these are little pictures that I somehow saved all these years. And this was the album they were promoting for the show. And I found out about the show watching television, and Husker Du were on this daily program, and they said they were playing in Portland, Oregon. tonight, and so we got into the car and we went and saw this show. And before this show, I had no idea who No Means No were, but they definitely left an impression on me. All right, let's get into the record albums. Geez, this Defender machine is going to wipe my elbow out. All right, I just picked this up today. It's Rappin' Rodney, and this album has a defect in the grooves. It makes the needle jump around during probably the first 30% of it. So I'm going to have to rebuy this thing, but I'm not going to take it back to the store because I only paid $6 for it. And it is kind of a novelty to have the messed up grooves version of this album. All right, here's another album I bought at the store today for $6. Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier. And this definitely is something to go along with this Defender machine because they both came out in 1980. And here's the little insert with lyrics for the Adam and the Ants record. Okay, enough with memory lane. Here is the brand new album, Reverberation by the Queers. And this is a bunch of cover songs from the 60s and 70s. And is this thing any good? Yes, it is. It's very, very good. It's on slime green, as you can see. And the Queers do justice to these songs, and sometimes they even make the songs better. What are some of the songs on this thing? Steppin' Stone by the Monkees. I'd Much Rather Be With the Boys by Keith Richards. The Kids Are All Right by The Who. Love Potion Number 9 by Jerry Lieber. What else? A song called Hungry, that one's pretty good. Gas Monkey's pretty good. Valerie is pretty good. This album is pretty good. All right, now we're going to get into the new Manic Hispanic, Back in Brown. And if anybody's into the Manic Hispanic, you know that Gabby died, and Gabby was the dude behind Manic Hispanic. And this is an album without him. So if you're into the Manic Hispanic, the voice you hear on prior records is not the voice you'll hear on this thing. This thing is a little different, but it's different in a good way. Here's the little insert that comes with it. All right, and this thing is, it's different from other Manic Hispanic records, but it's just as good. It really is. It's just as good. The Mexican American, which is a Descendants cover, and the 21st Century Vato Loco, which is a Bad Religion cover, and I Want Some Chachon, National City, which is a Circle Jerks cover, and Teardrop on My Eye, which is a 7 Seconds cover. They're done just as good as the original Manic Hispanic could do them. It's just the dude singing is not Gabby. But that's the only drawback. Should you buy this thing? Yes, you should. It's really good. The lyrics are funny. It just doesn't have Gabby, but that's not their fault. They continued anyway, and they continued with something that I've listened to several times since I got it. It's just as good as any other Manic Hispanic record. All right, let's get into, oh geez, here's a bunch of stuff that came with the Manic Hispanic record. All right, this is the Ramones' Too Tough to Die. And in a prior video I was complaining that I didn't have shows from each Ramones album as far as like bootlegs and original releases. Well, I found one from the Too Tough to Die tour. The sound quality is okay. It's not the best. It is a bootleg record. It's called Return to London, and it was recorded London, February 25th, 1985. And it is from the Too Tough to Die tour. And here's what the little record looks like. Little record. Do I have records that are smaller than this but still LPs? Anyway, this is a full show. Side 2, the sound kind of gets a little funny. And there is an accompanying, I guess, 7-inch or maybe a 10-inch record with this thing that has more songs from the Too Tough to Die record done live from this show. Even though there's as you can see, there's a ton of songs on here. So for them to do more, well, that would have been great to be there. Anyway, I can't find it for sale. I mean, I can find it. It's called the Ramones Return to London Again, but I can't find it for sale, so I'm left with this thing. All right, so that's one down, and I still have these. To go as far as finding something like this to go with them. And the search isn't going too well. Anyway, let's get to the last record that I have to show, and this is the Ramones Demo 1975. And here is the record jacket. And this thing is out of sight. It's like listening to the Ramones right before they made their first album in a practice session. And the quality is out of sight. It's really good. And I can't remember who I bought this record from. Probably Puke and Vomit or somebody. Anyway, if you see this thing, don't be afraid to pick it up, because it comes with this poster too. Which is just an added little bit to get you excited about finding this thing. If you're into the Ramones, you're definitely going to want this record. The versions of the songs on this from the first 2 records and little outtakes like I Can't Be are presented in the best way possible. Unlike this. As far as grades in school, this thing gets a C+. Doesn't get a B, doesn't get an A as far as audio quality. It just gets a C+. But it's from this record, and it's really good. They sing a song on this one, or there is a song on this one. Joey sings, none of the other guys do, except for Warthog. Dee Dee does Warthog, so I guess this is kind of rare because you get to hear Dee Dee singing Warthog. The Highest Trails Above from Subterranean Jungle is on this thing. And Psychotherapy, but still, it's not a Subterranean Jungle tour release, so I gotta keep searching. All right, that's the video for today. This is the Defender machine. I don't want to tell you how much I paid for this beast. Anyway, it's great. And I'll see you next time I get some more records.